everybody, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my home. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's now the last week of November and I'm thinking ahead to the Christmas holidays. So one of my family and friends' favorite treat is my chocolate bark. I actually won an award in the state of Connecticut with this little treat. It's delicious. So I'm going to share the recipe today with you at home so that you can make it over the holidays. It's a wonderful gift as well for friends and family. So first I'd like to start out with my white chocolate. I've got good quality white chocolate that I melted very, very slowly over a double boiler. You want to make sure when tempering chocolate, you do it very gently. If it's too much heat on the chocolate, your water's simmering too high, there's too much steam around the bowl, your chocolate's going to turn. Okay, to my white chocolate, I'm just gonna add a dash of peppermint extract because I'm gonna make this chocolate white chocolate peppermint bark. Now, on a parchment-lined baking sheet, I'm gonna pour this onto the pan. A little better. Smells like a candy cane. And you want to work fairly quickly spreading it because it's going to start to stiffen up a little bit. Spread it out. And you don't want it too thin, but you don't want it really thick because you want it to solidify over a period of 4 to 6 hours. Okay, now I have my dark chocolate that I'm going to use for my chocolate bark. But before I get to the chocolate bark, I'm going to drizzle some of this dark chocolate just in a to and fro pattern over the white chocolate. It just looks beautiful. So here we go. I like to use a fork because you get thin streams of chocolate. And there, again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's almost kind of artistic. You just go for it, whatever pattern you like. Because when you break this bark up, it's just so attractive to the eye. This is great on a buffet as your dessert. It's wonderful with a glass of port at the end of a meal. There we go. See, and the fork really gives you the ability as you just gently shake your hand to and fro to make whatever pattern you wish. That's all there was to this white chocolate bark. I'm going to put this aside and I need it to just set up and solidify for 4 to 6 hours. Now we're going to get to the dark chocolate bark. I'm teaching you a method. You can make this your own. Top your bark whatever way you want. So I've got my dark chocolate, going to do the same thing, pour it into my prepared pan. So beautiful. Looks just like silk. Okay, now spread it out. Now the favorite around my house is to top it with ginger and dried cherries and pistachios and almonds. But again, you could use apricots, you could use cashews, use whatever mixture of nuts and dried fruit your family prefers. I start with the ginger. So you can get this crystallized ginger right in the grocery store, but they come in fairly big pieces, so you don't want anybody to bite this big of a piece or it would overwhelm the chocolate. So as I go around the chocolate, I just break it up. This adds a layer of spice to your chocolate bark. A little bit of heat in the back of the throat. This is so good. Chocolate and ginger go beautifully together. Okay. Now, you want to make sure you put enough on, but not so much because remember, you've got other ingredients. When we're done, this is basically going to just be covered with all these goodies. Okay, a little bit more and we're done. It's a little sticky to work with, well worth it. I do caution you that whenever you're melting chocolate, you know, sometimes it's best to wear gloves. Chocolate can be messy. So you might want to, when you're starting to break up the chocolate and get it all melty, wear gloves. It just kind of protects your hands. Okay, now I've got almonds. Just putting them to and fro all over the chocolate. And now pistachios. Oh my goodness. And get the salted pistachios, because now you're adding yet another layer of flavor. The salt with the spice of the ginger and the sweet of the chocolate. What great flavors together. You know, I just recently made this chocolate bark for an event at the Florence Griswold Museum in Lyme. They had 350 people for their annual auction and dinner dance, and they asked if I would make it as a takeaway gift for all their guests. And I have to tell you, by the end of the night, when you left, there were all these tables with 315 empty boxes of chocolate bark. I mean, people just love this stuff. Okay, and the last thing, dried cherries. And again, just scatter so that most of your chocolate is filled in with something good. You can leave a little bit of a border if you want. And there we have it. Now, I'm gonna just press gently on this so that everything sticks to the chocolate while it's warm. And again, I'm gonna set it aside for 4 to 6 hours. And when we come back, I'm gonna show you what it looks like all finished. So the chocolate bark is ready, and look how lovely it is. You know, when I'm entertaining and we have our annual holiday party, I put little bowls of this throughout the house and it acts as dessert. And as I said, it goes great with red wine, with port, with a glass of sherry. It goes great with a glass of milk. It's just delicious. And then it acts as a wonderful gift too, a hostess gift or a Christmas gift. Just get some pretty greenery and pretty ribbon, tie it up in a bag, and believe me, your friends will definitely enjoy this little treat. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I am so glad that I got to share my very special award-winning chocolate bark recipe with you. And join us again next week when we're going to do a Christmas cocktail party, holiday cocktail party, and talk about some wonderful hors d'oeuvres and some holiday cocktails to go with it. Don't miss it. I hope you have a wonderful week. It was great to be with you today. And remember, anytime you've got friends and family gathered, you have an elegant occasion. I'll see you soon.